All right, everyone, please have a seat. Zach is here.
Zach, you are missed.
We're not leaving, Judge.
We're not leaving, okay. Who do I need to send a letter to? All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, you need to stand and let me know you are here. Otherwise, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. So stand when your name is called. In custody, we have Alexander Rodriguez, Eric Mitchell, Dora Bravo. Yes, and let her know court is inside. Jose Cervantes, custody. Constance Sinwell, custody. Allison Lee Settle. You know, Deputy Laura, I had a client once when I was a defense attorney. She would never come inside the courtroom. And I would always have to beg the judge to recall the warrant. You know what she thought? She thought this was beneath her. Like, I'm not like other people, the people who are on the docket. I'm like, yeah, you are. That's why you're on the docket. She would never come in. John Anthony Martinez. Thank you. Allison Settle in the hallway. Joseph Matthew Warz. Thank you. Jesus Zamaripa. William Barnes. Roman Flores. Leroy Eugene Smith. Patrick Washington. Daniel Berlanga. Melinda Gonzalez. Charles Fleming. Lisa Telsey. Daniel Hesbrook, custody. Simon Garza, custody. Juan Rivas. Thank you. Gerson Rios, custody. Leonard Aridondo. Roxan Hayes. Curtis Wilson. I don't think he's supposed to be on the docket, but we're gonna double check. Maria Villarreal. Thank you. Richard Marmia, custody. Luis Ganderia, custody. Israel Mancada, he is actually on Zoom. Willard Cummings, custody. Domingo Villa, thank you. Jason Moore, custody. Gregory Perneda, custody. Fael, Carney. Jorge Sandival, custody. Lisa Telsey, custody. Is there anyone? Well, let me go through the docket again. Dora Bravo. All right, Deputy Laura, for everyone who's didn't answer, if they're not here by 9:30, they're going into custody. Dora Bravo. Alice Settle. Jesus Zamaripa. Leroy Smith. Leonard Aridondo. And Curtis Wilson. I'm going to check on that because I don't think he's supposed to be on the docket. Okay. All right, we shall see. All right, anyone who came in later, your name was not called.
I think I have Mr. Cummings on custody.
All right.
He's in custody.
Okay. All right, thank you. Anyone else? All right, these are the rules of the court. Please follow these rules. Everything will run smoothly. Usually somebody doesn't follow these rules. Normally it's the attorneys who do not. So to the persons who are in the gallery, do not talk to anybody in the box because this is not visitation. If you talk to people in the box, that makes the deputy, wonder. And they're gonna end up putting you out of the courtroom because they're in charge of security. So don't talk to anyone in the box. If you do, what's gonna happen is you're gonna receive a tap on your shoulder. You will not be allowed back in this courtroom unless you are called as a witness. Does everyone in the gallery understand? There's to be no hi, that's my baby. You're not allowed to do it. To the attorneys, if you have someone who is in custody, just approach the deputy, ask them to bring them out. Once you've requested your inmate, do not leave the courtroom. We have a lot of inmates on the docket, and for security reasons, they can only bring so many inmates out. If your client wishes to speak to the court in a language other than English, ask for an interpreter. We will not proceed without an interpreter, whether you speak the language or not. Once an interpreter has been requested, please do not leave the courtroom because we have a limited number of interpreters. You are not ready to approach the court unless you've conferred with the state and conferred with your client. Yes, if your client is in custody, they need to be brought out, and yes, you need to confer with your client. Once you have done all of those things and you're ready, just ask the clerk to pull your file. They will pull the file, have a seat. There's no need to stare me down. I'm going to call you in order of appearance. So if you're here and you're like, oh my gosh, I could be done in 2 minutes because I just have a reset. Well, the reason why your case is not being called is because somebody is before you, because they got here earlier. So that's the way it goes, whether their hearing is 30 minutes or not. It's the same thing when you're standing in line at the grocery store. Somebody in front of you has 20 items. You only have one. You gotta wait till they finish with the 20 items. So everyone, today is going to be a great day. Attorneys, don't talk behind the court reporter when we're on the record. Do not approach here when we're on the record. And Ms. Abrams, here for probation, is an integral part of the system. You will need to speak to her. All right, it's Tuesday. It's a great day. Everybody, please confirm. Deputy Lord Vashon, you think it's going to rain? It looks sort of hazy outside today.
I'm gonna step outside, try to track
Sure.
it down.
All right, thank you. Oh, it's already raining?
Oh, yes.
Oh, did you get caught in it?
I did. It was a big accident on 90. I got stuck behind.
Oh my gosh. So it's raining outside right now.
It wasn't when I walked in, but it was 2 minutes before I parked.
And I got up early this morning to water my new plants.
Thanks, that extra water again.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that. I like that.
Really?
She did text, yeah, find your files over there. She made a donation. I think says she told me how to get my file, yeah. She's coming in. She is trying to shoot.
Second row of your date.
The record on, she has arrived.
All right, thank you.
Check her with the deputy.
Okay, thank you.
I was reading about what.
Who? All right. All right, thank you.
Well, I don't know. Like that big guy about face, scared the roast. I'll throw my boots down. I got you. Yeah.
Take a roll and talk.
Is it a call ball?
Come on, this way. Ready? Everyone talk. None of the first three got through. Yeah. Joseph Warz? Yeah. He's not here.
Not here.
Oh, right. And
All right, where's Joseph Warz? Come forward. And let me just sign into Odyssey. And George, your client is by Zoom. And he has signed in. Which is always shocking. I was excited when people sign in on time to Zoom. Sorry, it's taking a while for Odyssey to warm up here. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I really appreciate that. Now it says preparing your session. Okay. Let's see if I can find this case.
Better that than the other way, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yeah. Oh, we are finally where I need to be. So how was your trip?
Oh, it was outstanding. I'll have to show you some of the pictures and photos later. The weather cooperated thing.
Oh, that is awesome.
Super hot.
All right, so on this case, where are we on discovery? And I know because of the sensitive matter, it's not going to be available by normal means, so.
Correct. Judge, I believe all the reports, everything on Bearpick that can be viewable by defense is there. Of course, because of the nature of the charge, there are some things we can't put up there. I'd be happy, if defense does want to come in, we have a room set up to where they can view those images to kind of check that box if need be.
Okay, all right, so has an offer been tendered?
There has not, we've talked a little bit about framework, and that's something I'm going to go ahead and start.
All
I'll
right,
get an
everyone,
approved
please
offer.
whisper. Yes,
Yes, I'll get an approved offer and convey that to defense.
all right, so when will you anticipate having an approved offer?
I know my chief is busy today, but probably my hope is by the end of the week, if not then early next week.
All right, and how old are you?
23.
Yeah, just to go back to discovery briefly, there is a video that has to do with the SSM search that I know the state has it. I think they suggested it's been downloaded. Again, neither one of us have looked at that yet. That's the biggest issue that we've been talking about from the beginning. Once we sort that out, then yes, we can talk about this.
All right, so when is that going to be sorted out? When will he have that to view?
I'm in trial again, so not today, soon.
All right, so where are you in trial?
Medical center.
Okay. So what are you going to be asking for a motion to suppress or what?
At this point, that's premature, Judge. Apparently there's a consent for question is the manner in which it's signed, what is told, if it's on video, did they record it? I do have the actual document, the state has provided that to you. So it's not overly complicated. I think it's a matter of looking at the video.
All right, Norma, set this for a plea deadline date and potentially a motion to suppress the week of July 28th. July 28th?
28th. Okay.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. No, set it as a motion to suppress and a plea deadline date. Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's like.
Who is here on Jorge Sandival? All right, Mr. Sandoval.
Good to be at your court early, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
Are you all ready to proceed on the motion to revoke?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, this is Criminal Trial Division. It's a motion to revoke.
Okay, Judge.
All right, the court is calling 2023 CR 11289, State versus Jorge Sandoval. Can I have parties announced?
Jason Garahan for the state, Your Honor.
Robert Robach for Adamant. For Sandoval.
And are you Mr. Jorge Sandoval?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the documents entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and State's Motion to Supplement pending motion to revoke probation with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
Are you the same Jorge Sandoval who was placed on community supervision in 2023 CR 11289 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on January 30th, 2024 for a term of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, Judge.
All right, state.
Yes, Your Honor. Violated condition number 1 on or about the 12th day of November 2024 in Medina County, Texas. The defendant Jorge Sandoval committed the offense of evading arrest or detention with a vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we'll waive the remaining violated conditions.
Any objections to the waiver?
No objection, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you up to 5 years in the prison?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
There is, Your Honor, and it is to revoke the individual offers probation and to reform the underlying sentence to 2 years in the Texas Department of Corrections.
All right, thank you. And are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, has he done anything on probation? Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jorge Sandival,
All right, have you done anything on probation?
I completed the Saturday, I completed the aftercare program. My UAs were clean. Reason I wasn't reporting because I was incarcerated for 6 months.
Mhm.
And I got extradited here for the MTR.
Well, I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with the evading arrest, detention in a vehicle. So at some point you were not incarcerated, you were evading the police in a vehicle. So other than going to SADF, which if the court ordered you in an inpatient treatment, you had no choice. So you're a captive audience at SADF. So other than SADF, did you do anything else?
Work.
Probation?
Judge, Mr. Sandoval completed the SATA inpatient treatment. However, the aftercare was, there was the violation of program. He did complete the intensive outpatient treatment. And out of the 100 hours of community service, he has a balance of 23 hours.
All right, so what was the issue with the aftercare with SADF?
I'll have to look in his file, more extensively, just give me one second.
What was the issue with your aftercare in SADF?
Actually, with the community service, I completed all of it.
No, I'm talking about SADF. You had to go in inpatient for drug treatment. Then they have an aftercare program. So my question is, with the aftercare program, why did you not successfully complete that?
Oh, I finished it
No, the report from probation is there was an issue with aftercare.
because I got incarcerated and that's why I couldn't report no more.
Okay. And what were you incarcerated for?
For
This, the
county, yes.
evading?
Yes, ma'am.
So you didn't successfully complete aftercare because you
Yeah,
picked up new
successfully.
charges. Why are you picking up new charges? I don't understand.
I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Judge, he has been in for over 245 days.
No, it's 580 days.
The
There's
violation
a-
of the new event was why he was exited from aftercare.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to revoke. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison, give you credit for any time served, and the court will request the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community doesn't increase the time that you're in custody, but they are there to hopefully help you become a better citizen and to help you maintain your sobriety. When you're released from prison, if for some reason you can't find a place to go that can help you maintain your sobriety, if you come back here, I'll pick up the phone, call somebody, you understand, to help you. Did you,
What do you mean, like, place of sobriety?
to help you maintain your sobriety, because obviously you still have drug issues.
Well, I'm planning on leaving the state.
Oh, okay, then. Well, somebody there will probably be able to help you. And I wish you the best whatever state you choose to live in.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, did you review the documents entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you have a limited right to appeal. And that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I'll give you credit for any successful completion of inpatient treatment. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, and I don't think We're off the record. I don't believe any of the new number ones are here in Bear County. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor.
They're on Medina?
They're all.
So you'll have to see about those cases if you have not taken care of them there.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
Luis Ganderia.
Who is here on Luis Ganderia?
Present, Your Honor, we're ready on that matter.
All right, if you'll have your client come forward. Thank you for pronouncing that correctly, Laura.
You for saying my name. That's church. I think you're saying my name right.
I'm working on it.
Mhm.
All right, so you have a motion for a bond.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Has the bond been set or no?
He's currently remanded without bond. I did file just this morning a motion for PR bond because I did associate that with the newly indicted case.
Mhm.
And I did file this writ as a result of going over the 90 days
Mhm.
without indictment. We're currently at the 111th day.
Mhm.
And as per Odyssey court records, the matter was indicted yesterday.
Mhm.
And I know that as per 17.151, the initial burden is on the state to make a prima facie showing that the case was indicted within the 90 days, and I don't believe that has been done.
All right. Was the case indicted within the 90 days?
No.
All right. And so what are you requesting
We're
before we go on
requesting,
the record?
A PR bond, Your Honor. My client is indigent. He can't make really any.
Okay, all right. So we'll go on the record. I'm just trying to figure out
Oh, yes.
what's happening. So you requested a PR bond. The state has already said they didn't indict within 90 days. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 00. Oh, before I go on the record, have you had a chance to review the state's file
Regarding the newly filed case,
regarding, is there another case other than the unauthorized use of vehicle?
felony, no, ma'am. He has a couple of misdemeanors.
All right, have you had a chance to confer with the state on this?
Not on this judge, because I did see some preliminary offense reports, but the matter just did get indicted yesterday.
What do you have in your file? Or you reviewed the state's file?
Well, the thing is, Judge, that I'm kind of pressed for time this morning. That's why I came here early to get this hearing before the court. And then I was gonna request the PR bond also because I need time to review that discovery with my client, the videos, and all the reports. And since this matter just got indicted, that really triggered me to see about going upon my client's defense, knowing that the state was finally gonna move on his case. So
Right, and you have all of the videos, correct?
I have no idea.
it just says it just got indicted yesterday, Judge. I have not been able to look into that. My efforts have been focused on the writ.
All right, does anybody know what his criminal history is?
Locally, yes.
All right, let me see.
PG 1 to 4, for which he was sentenced. A felon possessed firearms. Seems as though it was dismissed. Give me a moment to check on that, Judge.
Okay.
That was dismissed.
All right, so what is his NC?
Authorized use of a motor vehicle for which he was sentenced.
Does he have any out-of-state history?
Don't know, Judge.
Can you run that to see if he has out-of-state history?
I cannot. I can ask our investigator to run it.
All right, if you have the investigator run that.
Never lived in the United States. Your Honor, would it suffice if my client under oath testified as to his potential out-of-state record? He's saying he never lived out of state, has no offenses anywhere out of state.
Okay, and I'm looking on my system too, but the system is running slow. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 006612 State versus Luis Antonio Ganderia.
Yeah.
Sorry, Junior. Could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris, Saniment for the state.
Rene Munoz on behalf of Mr. Gandaria.
And are you Mr. Ganderia?
Yes.
Right. Counsel, you've filed a motion for a bond. And off the record, both parties agreed that your client had not been indicted within the 90-day time period. So what are you asking for, counsel?
We're respectfully asking for a personal recognizance bond. My client has been in custody for the last 111 days, not able to make bond. He does not have any kind of resources in terms of having a job or employment to make bond, as well as friends and family are limited, that they will not be able to have him make a sufficiently bond if reduced. That's for the foregoing reasons why we're requesting a motion for personal recognizance bond due to and using the mechanism of the 17.15 writ that was shown to be in violation of in this instance.
All right, do you want to call your client with regards to the amount of bond he's able to make?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Luis Antonio Ganderia Jr.
All right, you're gonna need to slow it down because the court reporter has to take everything down. And if you'll speak up so the court reporter can hear and so I can hear. All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Gandaria, are you currently in custody at the Bexar County Jail?
Yes.
Okay. And how long have you been in custody there?
And I've been locked up since November 9th.
Okay, then you got out and then you've been in custody since February, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. At this time, are you currently employed?
No.
Do you currently have any amount of savings that would allow you to make a bond if the bond were set at a certain amount?
No.
Okay. Do you have any family or friends that would be able to assist you in making a bond that the court may set?
I don't have a dad. I only have a mom.
You don't have-
Okay, so you need to speak up. And
Only-
I know you're speaking
only-
towards him, but
I only have a dad. I don't have a dad. I have a mom.
Okay.
And it's on mom.
Okay, and then your mom, is she employed?
Yes, but can only come much.
Oh, she,
Yeah.
she makes a little money to sustain herself and her
Yes.
household, okay. Have you lived, resided anywhere outside the state of Texas?
No,
Okay. Do you have any criminal history outside of the state of Texas?
I do not.
Are you swearing that under oath today for the court?
Swear I know it. Oh, I don't have any warrants or been out of Texas. Anymore.
If you are able to make bond, would you attend all court sessions as required?
I will.
Would you follow conditions of bond if the court were to set them?
I will.
If the court required you to check in with the pretrial officer, would you check in with that office as required?
I will.
Those for the questions, Judge.
all right, any questions?
A few. I want to make sure that I understand this correctly, Mr. Ganderia. You were originally arrested on September 27th, 2024, correct?
Yes.
And you were released pending that court appearance?
Yes.
And subsequent to that, you were arrested and charged with the offenses of evading arrest and the instant offense unauthorized use of a vehicle, correct?
Yes.
So you are still pending trial for the September 27th, 2024 offense, is that correct?
Yes.
Thank you.
Just a couple follow-ups, Judge. Regarding those offenses that the prosecutor listed, have you been found guilty beyond a reasonable doubt as to any of those offenses?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Judge.
All right. I do have some questions of him, but I have some procedural questions. So with regards to the cases, the evading arrest, detention, and the burglary of the vehicle, were those cases alleged to have been committed before or after this case?
The burglary of the vehicle, as far as I'm aware,
Mhm.
occurred prior to the instant offense. The evading arrest arises out of the same criminal episode.
All
As
right.
far as I can determine.
All right, so then my next procedural question, with regards to the burglary of the vehicle. I'm assuming he had that case pending, then he bonded out. And then that's when he's alleged to have committed unauthorized use of a vehicle and evading arrest, detention.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for understanding the timeline.
All right. Now I have a question for you.
Yes.
Have you ever had any type of mental health diagnosis or been on any type of medication for mental health issues?
When I was younger, I was bipolar, so bipolar.
All right. Everyone, we're on the record. Then my other question for you is, have you ever had any type of drug use in the past?
Like growing up, yeah.
All right. And what would that be?
We,
Anything other than weed?
I mean,
Everyone, we're on the record. Please stop talking to the right of me because I'm trying to concentrate on what they're saying. Yes. So other than the weed,
I messed around with meth, but not so much
how long has that been?
in years.
Years? How many years?
5.
All right. Any other questions?
Not from the state.
All right.
Nothing's-
So defense, I know that you're requesting a PR bond state.
17.151 speaks of at least one of two alternatives: release on a personal bond or by reducing the amount of bail required. So it seems to me that considering Mr. Gandaria's recent criminal history, release on a personal bond does not seem wise. His current bond is set at $5,000. Considering the relative paucity of information provided by the defendant, for instance, that he has not actually brought in any other witnesses to testify to their financial circumstances to substantiate his lack of ability to make bond, the state recommends a reduction to $2,500.
Your Honor, in response to that, 17.151 does not state that a PR bond is triggered or a reduction is triggered because of, with respect to criminal history, severity of offense. The bottom line boils down issue is the state did not move on this in a timely fashion. And this has caused myself as defense counsel to now just at the 110th day have access to these things, which slows down the court, slows down the judicial process. Relative to this, the violation of 17.15 has been shown. Thus, it's triggered for the court, obviously, to determine if the PR bond is whether to be granted or not. And my client testified, believe honestly, that he can't make any kind of substantial sum to a bond. And because he's been in custody with 110 days and hasn't bonded out, also further represented by the Bexar County Public Defender's Office, has been shown to be indigent. That's why he was appointed to the Bexar County's Public Defender's Office to begin with. That we're asking for a PR bond to be granted, so he has the chance to prepare for his defense, not in custody, and it's not any fault of his. These are just allegations. Nothing has been proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and he's been waiting patiently for the opportunity to defend himself of this charge, which has just arose in terms of a formal indictment yesterday. So for those foregoing reasons, Judge, we're respectfully requesting a PR bond that will lead to the efficiency of this case being resolved and his constitutional rights being intact due to a lack of timeliness on the state to indict his case.
May I make one further remark, Your Honor?
Yes.
It seems to me that perhaps 17.151 is not applicable in this case to begin with, because Section 2 of that article provides that the provisions of this article do not apply to a defendant who is, subsection 2, being detained pending trial with another accusation against the defendant as to which the applicable period has not yet elapsed. And that seems to be the case in cause number 2025 CC 002343, for which the defendant was taken into custody, as far as I can tell, on February 12th of 2025. And information was timely filed, and he is pending trial on that accusation.
All right, and that's why I was asking the parties, the legal process as far as the time. All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is gonna grant the PR bond. I'm gonna set your bond at $5,000, grant a PR bond. I'll ask that the fees be waived. There's to be no driving. There's to be regular UAs, a referral to for Center for Healthcare Services just based upon what he said about his previous mental health. Any other conditions state you will request?
Partial GPS tracking, Judge.
We'd oppose that, Your Honor. If he's gonna be going to regularly UAs and referral for CHCS appointments, we would request as limited movement to curtail him trying to get himself into services and treatments. He has this case as well as the misdemeanor cases. He would still need to make a bond on or have a judge rule on that. And he's already agreed to make all appointments as required and show up to court and kind of do some kind of deference in terms of him showing up to court or not. And if he doesn't show up, then the warrant obviously there. He's not, with the understanding that he's not going to be let out because his case has already been indicted. But since just the indictment just happened yesterday, we're requesting that he be allowed leave to attend some of these appointments to get to the root cause of what may be causing him to enter the criminal justice system.
All right, and the court will note for the record that the court does not, and I've done the research, the court does not see any violent history in his past that would warrant GPS. But I do know that there is an issue with him driving vehicles that do not belong to him. And I'm basing that upon the indictment where you've been previously convicted of unauthorized use of a vehicle. So the court's conditions will stand. Ms. Ferguson, on this case, I need a 30-day reset. And that is going to be a plea deadline date. You all will need to confer off docket.
Yes, Your Honor, we'll review that discovery in a timely fashion and we'll be here ready for court.
Can we not do it that week?
I might have some July 4th plans one week myself, Judge.
Yeah, that's why I was like, maybe people will have plans. All right, it's going to be July 10th. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll give him a reset form, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. We'll get
You're
that done.
Thank you.
Yes, plea deadline. Who is here on Israel Mankata? Yes. And let me bring him in. And I think we're just here on an update on his driver's license or something.
That's it.
And as I understand from the last time he was here, he had gotten an appointment with DPS,
Yes.
hopefully.
All right, Mr. Mankata, if you can start your video, please.
Yes, Judge.
All right, so Mr. Mankata, where are you as far as your driver's license?
Okay, so the first time I went, they told me it was gonna be so June.
I'm
And,
sorry, you keep fading in and out. So you say, so look, the first time you went, what?
They said it was suspended to the third and set me an appointment 29th of last month.
Yes.
So I went. I even went to I got my traffic tickets handled, and I did my driver's courses, and then she told me there that this very last time that I went that it's suspended until June 3rd of next year, which I was unaware of. And she gave me this form of proof. I'm not sure if you
Okay.
can see it.
No, I can see it. You can hold it down.
Okay.
So he's suspended until June 3rd of next year. Probation? His license is suspended until June 3rd of next year.
Judge, what I would suggest is real simple. Keep him on probation and tell him not to drive a vehicle until he can get his license.
Because that was the issue that we had, right? He was driving, he said he needed to get to work and so forth.
Okay.
My concern with that, of course, is just the cost of applying for the occupational license, the SR 22.
So how
everything that
long is
goes-
he on probation for?
That's actually a good question.
Yeah. I'm trying to find his. I know he was placed on deferred.
January 2026.
Oh, okay. So he's on until January 2026. Maybe by then he will have done things. We can. I really don't want to extend till June of next year.
Right.
So we can see where we are on January 20, you say January 2026? Let's see. All right, we'll just see where we are.
Leave it at that.
Okay.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Unless you have some other suggestions.
Judge, I would like to maybe look over Ms. Mokada's case a little bit closely to see if there are any other outstanding conditions that he has, and try to come up with a plan, and maybe we can speak with the state and if he's completed everything and he's in compliance, I'll see if probation officer would send in a request for early termination.
All right, so how much time do you want?
I get all of this done by the end of the week, so Monday.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, Mr. Mancata, we're gonna recall this for Monday. Mr. Mancata, you'll need to appear by Zoom on Monday, okay? That's
Okay.
June 9th.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes. Who is here on Leroy Smith?
Morning, Judge.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good.
Morning, Judge Boyd.
Good morning. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. I appreciate that.
Well,
All right, so on this case, where are we?
Judge, I've come into some new information So we're gonna ask for a reset for a discovery setting.
Okay,
And the state is gonna talk to some witnesses, I would hope. And we'll all get on the same page at that point.
all right.
so-
So what is the discovery
Uh,
that's missing or outstanding?
it's not necessarily, it's witnesses, how compliant they're gonna be
Okay,
for the state.
all right. How long is this gonna take?
Your Honor,
That'd
30 days?
be fine, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this the week of July 7th?
That's fine.
All right, we're gonna come back on July 7th. That will be the last discovery date.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank
Judge.
you. Yes, you're welcome.
Let's see how this sign up. Reset.
Oh, and defense, remind your client not to be late for court.
I already have, Judge.
All right, thank you. Who is here on Daniel Hesbrook? All right, so,
Hi, Judge.
so on this one, you're currently in jury trial?
I am Judge, but the issue that's been pending with Mr. Hesbrook is that they took his cell phone. I have a ready motion on file because we believe there's exculpatory evidence in his phone. But we can't get to it because they want to do a phone dump, so we've been patiently waiting and he can't get out on bond.
All right,
It's now been weeks and apparently the phone dump hasn't happened yet. So I think we're gonna try and coordinate where they're gonna give me access to it, so they won't have to keep waiting. I can show them the evidence I think that would help us resolve the case.
And then, Your Honor, Ray is absolutely right. What we're planning on doing is having an appointment we can set up within the next week or two. And then we can go with counsel to the phone and then they'll have no problem getting in and collecting any potentially exculpatory evidence in real time. And it should help assuage any discovery issues we may
when
have.
is this gonna happen?
We're very anxious to do it, Judge, so if somebody's available from their office, wherever it may be, I will make myself or Victoria available the next week or two to get over there and do it.
At most, Judge, maybe 2 to 3 weeks.
Now, we tell. We've got under 3 months, Judge, and they had the phone since he's been in custody.
All right, I can set you for June, be back in court on June 16th, so that will mean you all will have to have it done by next week.
I'll hustle, Judge.
I just think it might be potentially a little bit difficult. Of course, I'm filling in for the court and I know that half of the team, will be doing other things. If potentially we could just have it for the week after, even if it's the Monday of the week after.
With this case.
Okay, Judge.
So it can be, let me see. At the latest, I can put it on June 17th.
Okay, Judge. We appreciate it and we will work with counsel to get that appointment scheduled.
All right, Norma, June 17th. Now put it for jury trial. Aw, the post on. Morning. All right, who is here on Roxan Hayes? And is this going to be a plea?
Yes, sir.
All right, where's Ms. Hayes?
Morning.
Good morning. Hello, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Thank you. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 005411, State versus Roxanne Marie Hayes. Could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris Sandeman for the state.
Sean Sheffield for defending, we're ready.
And are you Ms. Hayes?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Probation, this is an application. Ms. Hayes, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Judge, waiving count 1, proceeding on count 2.
No objection.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
In count 2, you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1. 1 grams to 4 grams as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you, and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
She has to sign. Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does, Your Honor.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Hayes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at a $2,000 fine. They're recommending deferred adjudication, and they're asking for restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 200 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offense in count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
Should be contained in Exhibit 1 and attachments, Judge.
No objection, Your Honor.
State, you may be excused.
Thank you.
Did you review the document entitled waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements, police reports, and laboratory reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, we just asked the court to follow his recommendation.
All right. Do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
16 and 11.
Who do they live with?
Me.
Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
Right now I'm doing Lyft, but I used to work for CPS.
I'm sorry, what?
CPS.
What is
Energy.
CPS? Oh, CPS Energy. If you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
Clean.
All right, when's the last time you used?
About 5 years ago.
I'm sorry, what?
5 years ago.
All right, this case is not from 5 years ago.
Your Honor, that it was not for her consumption regarding the drug.
All right, so I don't even understand. Is Child Protective Services involved?
No, Your Honor.
I don't understand why not. So I have concerns, and these are my concerns. She has a 16-year-old and 11-year-old living with her. And according to what I'm reading in the police report, she was dealing, and the car is smelling of marijuana, and then the car has license plates that don't belong to the vehicle. It comes back as a different vehicle. Then she has this person who's with her. Who is that?
My husband.
All right, then, so you have her husband who's involved in all of this, and they have a 16-year-old and an 11-year-old at their home. That's an issue.
I understand, Judge. As you can see, this is a little older case. This isn't just from a month ago or a couple months ago. I do not believe she has any priors. I believe there was a prior charge, but it was dismissed. This was a one-time thing, Judge, and she has been
on the straight and narrow since then, and even prior to that, Your Honor, she has.
All right, so let me just tell you what's gonna happen. I'm gonna follow your agreement, but I'm gonna have you drug tested today. If that drug test comes back as positive, then she's going into the Bear County Jail to be transferred for inpatient treatment. Okay. All right, probation, on this case, this is what the court is going to do. The court is gonna sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. I'm gonna want field visits 1 time per month until further notice. Please tell probation to check on the children. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs. Do you have your driver's license or identification with you?
Yes.
Okay. There's gonna be a $2,000 fine. That will be probated.
Thank you, Judge.
Restitution to SAPD for drug testing. There's gonna be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna require that she completes parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. And with regards to the no employment with minors, that includes if somebody wants her to babysit, you're not allowed to babysit. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody, follow results. I'm sorry, recommendations. And I'm gonna ask for a UA today. So once probation goes over your conditions, you're gonna leave directly from here and go and obtain your UA. Okay. Probation, is there anything else? Yes. All right, is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And I just have a question for myself. We can go off the record. So where were your children during this entire, at home alone?
No, with my parents. My parents live with me.
All right, so now I know who's raising the children.
Oh, no.
Okay. Well, I mean, you were not doing it that night.
It was one night.
But you, according to the police report, you all were smoking marijuana in the vehicle
I'm allergic
because the
to
car
marijuana.
smelled like, oh, you're allergic to marijuana, but y'all driving around with marijuana in the vehicle and the smell of marijuana. I find that very odd. I have some more luggage to unpack with her, but before I unpack that luggage, I want you to speak with probation, and then you're immediately going over to felony drug court.
Okay.
And probation, put her on the UA hotline. Everybody's allergic to marijuana, but they're always around it. All right. I guess maybe hot boxing was in the vehicle. Who knows? All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. And counsel will call you with the results. All right, who's here on Millard Cummings?
Robert, may I approach?
Yes,
This is a contested MTR, but we're in trial in County Court 7 right now.
okay,
And Ray has to do this one.
okay.
So we were asking if it could be held until possibly after lunch.
All right, I tell you what, if you,
Ray, I think Ashley has her witnesses today as well.
do you think y'all will be done and able to do that?
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right,
we only
so,
have one witness left and closing, so I mean, by 2 or 3, we should be done.
okay. All right, we'll put it on the afternoon.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you very much.
Okay, just 1 second. All right, who is the other person you have? So that you can go to, I'm sorry, who?
Daniel Berlonza.
All right, I don't have the file for Daniel Berlanga. All right, Mr. Berlanga. All right, what is happening with this case?
Your Honor, both sides are satisfied with discovery up to this point. An offer has been tendered. We have respectfully rejected, so a trial setting would be best.
All right, how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 to 3.
About 3 days, yeah, I would say.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, this is family violence. It's a 3-day jury trial. And they were actually scheduled for jury trial today,
Yes, ma'am.
but they're currently in trial.
That week, Ray is out that week of the 4th.
You want to do it June 16th?
Yes, please.
All right, June 16th. Thank you.
May we be excused afterward, Your Honor?
Yes, thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Appreciate it.
All right, who is here on Eric Mitchell? And after Eric Mitchell, it will be Claudel Carney. Hello. Hi.
Good morning. Sorry for the entire,
No, it's fine. Let's see what's happening with this case. All right, you're set for jury trial today.
Yes, Your Honor, this is a case we approached on last week. I told the court that I've taken a new position, and so I'm getting off all my cases.
Mhm.
So I did file a motion to withdraw. I
Okay,
think it is the last case I have in your court, actually.
okay.
I still think with my new position, it could be better suited with a new attorney. If you wanted me to stay on, I just need to get with Norma and find a week where I can take.
Oh, I mean, it's set for trial today. So we would start jury selection tomorrow.
Yeah, Judge, but I'm not ready.
I mean, this has been on the docket since January,
I know, Judge.
so that's where we are. All right, see y'all back tomorrow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who is here on Claudel Carney? This is contested.
Should be irrelevant.
Okay.
Let's go from the whole.
Good morning.
We weren't informed until this morning that it was gonna be a true contested hearing. I made an offer at the last setting. He was gonna talk to his client and he informed us today, so we just asked for one recess. We get the witnesses in that we are meeting for.
All right, what witnesses are you missing?
Well, it's two number one violations, Your Honor. We're needing the victims in both, and there are two separate witnesses as well that saw the number one violation of the assault take place. That we need to coordinate, as well as a probation officer who testifies about the violation of condition number 22.
All right, are they able to appear by Zoom?
I can see if they can. I can
All
try to
right,
make
if you can
contact.
check and see if they can appear by Zoom this afternoon.
Okay.
All right, just have a seat. We're gonna see where we are. Thank you. Yes,
Go to 15 to tell them what we're doing.
Yeah.
They're related.
yes. Allison Settle. Okay, awesome. I just want to see. Thank you. Jesus Zamaripa.
I was waiting for.
All right, thank you. Leonard Aridondo. Leonard Aridondo. Could I see that file, please? Thank you. Thank you. All right, and these two are coming back for 1:30. Number on Leonardo Aridondo. Can you see if you can get in touch with the attorney and let him know his client isn't here? All right, here on Domingo Villa. All right, and is this going to be a plea?
Your Honor, it's a PSI. The plea was taken by Judge Angelini.
Ah, okay.
At that time, the state did not have an answer on the misdemeanor outcome, but that is in the PSI.
Just one moment.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, the court is calling 2024 CR 012063, State versus Domingo Javier Villa. Could I have parties announced?
Andrew Harris, Animan from the state.
Eric Hernandez for the defendant, Mr. Villa.
And you're Mr. Villa?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea on April 21st of no contest. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending deferred adjudication. A PSI was ordered. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI and TAP evaluation?
Yes, Judge.
We have, Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI or TAP evaluation, state?
No.
Defense, any objections?
None.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Your Honor. We've reviewed the PSI and I know that they marked that the defendant has minimized guilt. Mr. Villa, in his statement, I don't think he's minimized guilt. He did accept responsibility. He realizes that the actions he took, including leaving his property, kind of removed any self-defense he could have alleged. And that's why he accepted responsibility for this. He is expecting his first child. His girlfriend is scheduled to be induced this evening at 7 p.m. 7 p.m. That'll be his first child. They're expecting a little girl. He does have gainful employment. His employer does do random UAs, not to suggest that the court doesn't need to do their own safeguards, but that is also one of the reasons why he has not used any marijuana or THC in the past year. This offense occurred when he was just over 18. We believe this is going to be an excellent opportunity for him to take something from this, learn something going forward, and we think he'll be a good candidate for deferral.
Okay. Anything you wish to say?
No,
Are you employed?
yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work at the kitchen in the Windland Foods. I'm the mix prep. I mix vegetables for the mix sauces.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What type of vegetables? I'm
Oh,
always interested.
jalapenos, onions, and all that. Just mainly that fresh vegetables like tomatoes and all that from someone else.
Right.
And spice kits, all the spice.
I always have an intention to do that myself instead of buying it. It never works out. So what are your plans to do for the rest of your life? I see that you completed high school. So what is your dream job? What do you want to do?
Oh, I would like to stay here and become bigger over there, supervisor and all that stuff. I want to have my family, my beautiful family, and support them and be a good man for my family.
All right. And these people that you were having issues with, are you still living in the same place?
Oh, yeah.
Are you moved?
Yeah, I know. I moved away, but I mean, they still live there. But just to know that we passed like nothing.
All right. And so do you have any occasion to go over there? There's no reason to be over there?
Yeah, just to go wash clothes at my mom's house and stuff. I mean,
Oh.
nothing happens. We just
They
go
live
home.
about 3 houses away,
Yeah.
his mother and the complaining witness,
All right.
and his grandparents.
Yes, ma'am. My grandparents
Okay.
next to me.
All right. So they say that you're just a child and they just want you to apologize to their mom. That's all they want.
Yes.
And they said that's all they wanted from the beginning. They don't want you to go to jail. They want you to have probation. So this is what the court is going to do. And state you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
The court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication, 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. They're always great when you're expecting.
Thank you.
So I'm going to deduct 50 hours once he completes the parenting classes. The other 50 hours, there's going to be a letter of apology that you need to write to their mom.
Okay.
And once you've done that letter, then your community service hours will, another 50 hours will be deducted from your community service hours. Because sometimes with letters of apology and apologizing to people, sometimes you're not in the wrong, right? But then just apologizing cools down temperatures and then everybody is fine.
Okay. Sounds good.
So I'm gonna order that
Yes, ma'am.
because that's what they say that they want.
And Your Honor, that's to be turned into probation? To the
Yes.
family directly?
Yes.
Thank you.
There is to be no contact with Nicholas Rodriguez or Romero Rodriguez. There's going to be proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular UAs. Probation, is there anything else you would recommend? Thank you. Let's do field visits 1 time per month for 3 months. All right, is there anything else you need from the court to help you?
No, ma'am.
All right, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. In this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If there is an issue, let your probation officer know. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and address it with me. What I can tell you is when you have children on the horizon, first off, the grandparents are going to be very excited. They may want to be overly involved, but let them be, because you'll need some help. And sometimes it can get stressful. And because you are doing probation, and it seems like it's a lot, if it gets too overwhelming, just let your probation officer know. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Just remain in the courtroom and probation will go over conditions with you.
Thank you.
All right, good
Well, I
luck.
don't know if it's important for the court's file, but he does work nights at this job that he works, so.
Okay.
Reporting in the morning during the day, he'll do his best to get there on time. He always shows up to court on time, but just, he does work nights.
2 to 10 p.m.
All right, be sure to let probation know about that, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
The worst thing you can do on this probation, of course, other than picking up a new offense, is to not report. You need to report, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Sounds good.
All right, thank
Thank you,
you.
Honor.
You're welcome. All right. Who's here on Leonardo Aridondo? Leonardo.
You told me to contact her,
Yes.
but I sent contact her.
All right. Deputy Laura on Leonardo Aridondo, if you can make an announcement in the hallway, please. Aridondo, I'm sorry, Leonardo Solis Aridondo. I did the best I could. Thank you. Thank you. Leonardo da Vinci. Or from Teenage Ninja Mutant Turtles. Who's the, for which one? Oh, I don't think it's gonna be dispositive. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Oh. Does anyone have any whiteout? Thank you. This is gonna be back at 1:30.
Welcome to Liberation.
Yeah, just for the week, man. I'll take it. I'll take my week.
I think so. All right, so this one, okay, this is a different. Sorry.
All right, thank you.
Take mine. Thank you. Please. Thanks, man. Yeah, I'll call on to that. How much, yes?
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0020023, State versus Gregory Gonzalez Perneda. And probation, this is sentencing, and it appears to be an application. All right, could I have parties announced? Counsel, you on this side.
Oh,
Yeah. No problem. All right, plea bargain page is, let's go off the record. All right, so there's an issue with the plea bargain. The plea bargain says punishments be assessed at 2 years. It doesn't say whether or not the state is opposed to the application or recommending probation.
On the bottom, below the line.
No, they say, I mean, but they're still supposed to say, I mean, are you all silent?
State recommends.
All right,
We discussed that a few minutes ago.
all right.
Below the line. No, my initials on two, Judge.
Yes, please. All right, we're back on the record. So you're here for sentencing. According to the plea bargain agreement, the state is recommending community supervision. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at 2 years in the prison. And they're requesting that your community supervision also be for a length of 2 years. Have both parties had a chance to review the top evaluation and PSI report, state,
Yes, Judge.
defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objection, state,
No, Judge.
defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So according to the TAP evaluation, they're recommending inpatient treatment. It appears that you do need inpatient treatment. Do you agree with that?
Sure.
Right, you want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes,
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Gregory Gonzalez, Perneda.
All right, so they're asking for inpatient treatment and state you may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
It appears that you do need treatment. And the reason why I say that is you have previous history where you didn't do well on probation. Your probation was revoked. You were sentenced. And a lot of your cases, they're all drug cases, except for a couple. And in one case, I think this is wrong. They said you were sentenced to 1 year in prison, but I believe that's supposed to be 1 year state jail facility. And then there's another one where you're sentenced to 3 years in prison, and all of this is from drug use. So it appears to the court that you do need inpatient treatment. So here's the thing. I can follow your agreement. You're going into inpatient treatment. You're going to remain in custody, going to transfer you to inpatient treatment. I can ask that he also be referred to felony drug court. Felony drug court, of course, is at capacity. They may have room for him. They may not. They may put him on a waiting list. But I think he needs inpatient treatment. So I can do that. Or if you say, you know what, I don't want to do this at all. They've already agreed, according to your plea bargain agreement, that your minimum, well, the maximum amount of sentence I can give you is 2 years. So you're going into somebody's inpatient treatment program. So if you don't want to do that, tell me now, and I'll just send you to prison for the 2 years. All right, off the record for a moment. Bashan, I'm going to send you an email. It's unrelated to this case. I think that person is trying to go to RMS for testing. Oh, she's still here. Hi. No, she's not. My glasses are off. Oh, that is not you. Okay. All right, so I'm going to send it to you because I think she went somewhere else. So I sent you the email. All right, we're back on the record.
No, I've been here since December 30th.
So you have a choice. If you want to go to prison, I can send you to prison for 2 years. Otherwise, I'm following this recommendation for inpatient treatment. I'll do, like I say, I'll do a referral to felony drug court. If felony drug court is at capacity or they don't accept you, you'll be going to inpatient treatment because that's what they're recommending.
The judge, there was another, while you were doing that other matter, he was asking about his good time. I can't promise him a good time other than the time he's been, his back time, he's been in jail since December 3rd.
I mean, the only thing I can give you credit for is time that you were in custody, whether they're giving you 2 for 1 or whatever they're doing at the jail, that's completely up to the jail. If I sentence you to 2 years in prison, that's saying at most you're going to get 2 years in prison. So no one can give you more than the 2 years that I was sentenced you to. Now, whether someone is giving you good time credit or giving you counted it as less, technically as less than the 2 years, that's up to the institution. I have no control over that.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah.
On the south side, I'll get it 2 for 1.
Okay, but DDC, they may give it to you. She's trying to do it. She can't do it. All she can do is give you the back time to do something. It could be 6 months now.
So for example, if you have been at the Bexar County Jail for 6 months, and I say you get credit for any time that you've been in custody, at least you're getting 6 months. Now, If the jail is doing 2 for 1, 3 for 1, or whatever they're doing, that's completely up to the jail. So there's no good for you to write me a letter and say, hey, I was supposed to get, 8 months credit because I was supposed to be getting 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 at the jail. That's the jail's calculation. The only thing that I can say is, this is what you're getting credit for.
This time, in this case, would be back to December 3rd. Okay, and then felony drug court will be a conditional. You said that you would recommend felony drug court?
Yeah, but felony drug court may not be able to accept you because they may be at capacity. And if they're at capacity, you'll be placed on a waiting list and they'll probably send you to inpatient treatment until they have a space for you. And that's a 2-year program. So I will place you on probation for at least 3 years because that program is 2 years. And if you successfully complete that program, sometimes they'll recommend that your probation be terminated early because you successfully completed their program. But their program is a minimum of 2 years.
Judge, he would like to apply for drug court.
All right, but here's the thing. I want you to hear me and internalize what I'm saying, because it sounds like you really want to do drug court. I can't force drug court to accept you. If they're at capacity, then they're at capacity. But when drug court interviews you, you need to be 100% honest with them. You understand?
Yes.
All right. So this is what the court will do. The court will sentence you. I'm sorry, because another judge took this plea. Did he enter a plea of no contest or guilty? I'm sorry?
Guilty.
All right. And for the record, the court did read the stipulations and the court is finding that there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. The court will sentence you to 2 years in prison, suspended and probated for 3 years. With regards to the drug testing, they're saying that, I think I've read it somewhere. They're saying that it's $220 for drug testing. Are you in agreement with that amount? That seems very high.
Well, I was gonna ask that it's normally 65 in that neighborhood. Maybe we got a new lab that charges the county a little more. Gregory says he'll abide by that price.
Okay.
That's a little, it was a little.
Yeah, it's a little steep there.
Yeah.
65. I saw 220 and I was thinking maybe it ran 3 tests. I don't know.
All right, so we'll do 200, but I'm not giving you a fine, so $220 for drug testing. And that's to be given to SAPD. In custody, the following. There's a referral to felony drug court. If not accepted in felony drug court, then SATA, proof of employment within 45 days of release, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Do you have any children?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
12. She just turned 12 this month, or last month.
All right, there's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Once he completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. All right, probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing, in this court, to be successful on probation, communication is key. If you have an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel that you're gonna use, or that you are maybe backsliding, heading into relapse, pick up the phone, call your probation officer. Your attorney will tell you that once you're placed on probation in this court, I'm hoping that you're gonna be successful. Everybody wants you to be successful. You understand?
Yes.
I take no pleasure in sending people to prison, but he will tell you, I will send people to prison, but I take no joy in doing that. So you need to be clean and sober for your 12-year-old. If you're not going to do it for yourself, do it for your 12-year-old. You should be doing it by yourself, but if not, do it for your 12-year-old. And if you don't get your life together and be clean and sober, somebody else is going to raise your child. She's going to be calling somebody else dad, not you. And then the last thing you want is for somebody to have to identify your body because you've overdosed, or somebody is visiting you at the jail. I don't think you want your daughter to have to come visit you at the jail, right? So where you are now in your life, hopefully it's not where you're going to end up. We're all on this journey of self-improvement. So this is a chance for you to improve yourself. I know you've been unsuccessful on probation before, gone to prison before, but this is another chance, an opportunity for you to do better, okay? All right, good luck to you. Thank you. Okay, and you know what? And he's clean.
Yeah, he should be. I was gonna ask you on the thing. I don't know. I had one client that asked about, you asked him, have you used?
Mhm.
Well, not since I got out of jail. Sure, the police once were.
Yeah.
But I heard you on a quote. Tell the truth, damn the devil.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
is that
tell the
quote?
truth, shame the devil.
Oh, shame the devil.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. Always good seeing you. Yes. Okay.
Yes, Judge, I got a number and I left a message, so if I hear back, I'll let you know.
All right, well, we're gonna take it up. Let me see Aridondo. All right. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 005403, State versus Leonard Aridondo. Can I have parties announced for the state? It's criminal trial division. For the defense.
Greg Ashball, Mr. Aridondo.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 10:50 a.m. Mr. Aridondo did not answer the docket this morning, and he has not answered docket currently. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not out there.
Defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Not this morning, Judge. I've called and left a message and, I guess if I hear back, I'll let the court know.
All right, state,
This is a commercial and personal bond.
commercial.
Forfeit the bond, issue a warrant.
All right, the court will issue a bond forfeiture, remand your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, who's here on Jason Moore? Are y'all ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 0000924 State versus Jason Moore. Could I have parties announce?
Zach Dunn for the state.
Mario Del Prado, Mr. Moore.
Are you Mr. Moore?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
I think at this point, I think, Your Honor, that we're going to withdraw that. He's been accepted in the Veterans Treatment Court, so we were asked the court to.
So, Your Honor, just for, yes, for candor and clarity, of course, there's only one violation with respect to the MTR, one that the state believes they would be unable to prove, and we had let defense counsel know that this morning. And the defense, of course, let us know about the recent Veterans Treatment Court acceptance.
All right, so then here's my, yes, probation.
So Judge, he was accepted into go in the Veterans Treatment Court program. However, their orientation for him will not be done until the end of the month. They do not have a set date yet on when he'll be scheduled.
All right, and then, so is he gonna remain in custody until he's transferred to BTC or?
Well, Your Honor, I would think that if there is no MTR pending and there's.
Well, I haven't like signed a motion to withdraw because I haven't received a motion to withdraw. This is what my concern is. My concern is, state, you're saying that you don't think you'll be able to prove up the number one.
I think we're in a difficult position, Your Honor, yes.
So my concern is that the number one hasn't been dismissed. And if he's released from custody, have that out there. And I don't want any issues to occur that he's released, because then we're going to be back here with another motion to revoke.
Yes, Your Honor. Is it potentially, or is it possible, if you will, that I could take care of some things at the misdemeanor level to kind of just make things very clean with respect to his overall circumstance, and then reapproach later on, maybe with a new set of what's existing?
All right, that would be great.
Thank you, Judge. Okay,
All
I'll
right, thank you.
physically take off.
All right. All right, so just have a seat. He's going to see about taking care of the issues with the misdemeanor.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, who's here on Dora Bravo? And counsel, I'm sorry. Can you all give me 2 minutes? Yes. Okay, just give me 2 minutes. Hello. All right, court is calling 2024 CR 011954 State versus Dora Bravo. Can I have parties announced?
Megan Galloway for the state.
Michael Bellable from Miss Bravo.
And are you Miss Bravo?
Yes, fine.
I'm gonna need you to keep your voice up one so that I can hear and so the court
Yes,
reporter
ma'am.
can hear. Thank you. All right, thank you. Counsel, have you received all discovery in this case and did you review it with your client?
Yes.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Bravo, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation, there's an application in this case. Ms. Bravo, did you review the true bill of indictment?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
Yes, we do.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Bravo, did you review court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Your charge is possession of a controlled substance penalty group 1, less than 1 gram. That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine. If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering that plea, you are giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe she does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes.
Ms. Bravo, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Ma'am.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at an $800 fine. State recommends community supervision, while deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration 2025 AL 005470. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes.
State?
It is, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand? Counsel, are there be any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 2 years. There be a TAP evaluation, community service restitution hours, no contact with Roberto Avalos Jr. and J.C. Penney stores, the life skills course, and the anti-theft course. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest? State, any evidence?
State offers states one in attachments.
No objections.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes,
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
we just asked the court follow the recommendation from the state.
All right, are you employed?
Um,
How do you support yourself?
my boyfriend,
Who is your boyfriend?
Pedro
Pedro who?
Diaz.
And what happened to Roberto Avalos?
What do you mean, what happened to him?
I mean, you were in a car with him. Is he no longer in your life?
No, he's incarcerated, but nobody stated that I was dating him. I was just getting a ride from him, ma'am.
All right, did you know him before you accepted a ride from him?
Yes, I did.
All right, and how did you know him?
Friend of family.
Do you have any children?
I do.
What are their ages?
He is 15.
And who is the 15-year-old with?
He is with his uncle and his guardian.
And when you're drug tested today, what are you going to be positive for?
Marijuana.
And what else?
Um,
No, that's not just about it. Do you want to get drug tested today? So here's the thing. I am trying to set conditions for you so you'll be successful on probation. In order for me to do that, you need to be honest with me. All right? So if you use before coming to court, that's not a violation of your probation because you were not on probation. So what are you going to be positive for?
Drugs.
Well, I wasn't with you. So what type of drugs?
The kind that for methamphetamines.
All right. So when's the last time you used meth?
24 hours ago.
Okay. Do you have any family support?
Yes. Concerned fit, yes.
All right. Who's supporting you as far as someone you can go to help you maintain your sobriety?
My brother.
Your brother?
My oldest brother.
Okay. When's the first time you started using?
In 2017.
Okay. All right. This is what the court is going to do. There's going to be an $800 fine that will be probated. 3 years deferred adjudication. Proof of employment within 30 days of release. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. There's to be no residing with minors. Take in consideration 2025 AL 005470. There's going to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Once parenting is completed, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. There's to be no contact with Roberto Avalos Jr. No contact with J.C. Penney stores. Counsel, I'm not going to do the anti-theft course because I think the theft course is related to the drug issues. And I think if that problem is solved, then there'll be no need for the other. But I am going to recommend the life skills course. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. In custody, there's to be a TAP evaluation. Follow recommendations. And also a referral to felony drug court. Probation is, and field visits, 1 time per month for 6 months. Probation, is there anything else? All right, did you review the trial court certification of defendants' rights to appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. We can go off the record. This is why you're going in custody. You are extremely high today. And if I allow you to walk out of here, what's going to end up happening is you're going to use more meth.
No.
And who knows what will end up happening. You may get some bad drugs.
Why
but-
couldn't you give me the benefit of doubt? I just got out on bond. I'm trying to change. I'm doing what I'm.
I know, this is going to help you. All right, thank you.
How long am I gonna be gone? When am I-
Thank you, counsel. It's to help her.
I understand.
And they should be, a felony drug court will probably be able to see her before the week is out.
Okay.
All right.
So she'll be in until the referral is over? So-
Yes.
Okay.
All right, thank
I'll
you.
explain that to her.
Okay. State, do you have that TIC done on that one? All right, thank you. All right, who is here on Carney?
Your Honor.
Did you all figure things out?
We asked the court to reset it for Friday or Monday. We're moving very close. We need that time. to be
Okay.
Useful to both sides.
All right, so y'all are saying Monday?
If that'd be okay, yes, Your Honor, Monday.
Norma, are we free to do a contested hearing on the 9th if need be? All right, so we'll recall you for the 9th. Mr. Carney?
He's in the back.
All right, can you let him know? We'll recall him for the 9th. All right, thank you.
And be excused.
Yes.
Thank you.
Probation Carney is being recalled for the 9th. They say it may not be a contested. All right, who's here on Constance Sinwell? Good morning. All right, where's your client?
She's in custody.
Oh, come on down.
Yes.
Hello. All right, so we are here today because how are you doing with the,
My truck's not doing well, but I am.
yeah, what did you hit? Or no, I shouldn't say that because we're attorneys.
What hit him?
What hit your vehicle?
There you go, thank you.
What made impact with your
I'm
vehicle?
not sure, but I lost my oil pan and a tire, so.
Oh, my gosh.
And I Ubered it to court today. That's how dedicated I am.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I appreciate that. So what we're here for today is an offer was due.
Yes, Your Honor.
So has an offer been tendered?
Yes, Your Honor. The state has conveyed an offer.
All right, so how old are you?
62.
All right, and let me just tell you the reason why I ask those questions, because I'm always trying to consider what would be a good plea deadline date. sometimes when I have people who are super young, I always say that they need more time because they have to consider the impact or the consequences of the decisions they're making. So sometimes when people are older, they don't need as much time. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to recall this.
Make that date.
Yes.
And I ask you to consider, in regard to the plea deadline, so we didn't like their offer.
No. Surprise. Excuse me, sir. The defense does not like your offer. So-
You know,
However, Judge, we did have some discussions, and I wanted to let the court know that we filed a notice of insanity defense.
Mhm.
And this, both the state and I think that as a result of the doctor's evaluation, they may see factors that help us make a counteroffer that they would accept. That's where we ended up.
Right. So when is the evaluation for sanity going to be completed?
Well, Judge, I was gonna talk to you about that. I filed the notice and the, but not the motion, because I need to go to the MAC today and get some names, a doctor, and then I can do that after court and approach the court. That I don't know what the time frame is. I've not done an insanity defense.
All right. Well, usually it may be quicker if you're using your own expert.
Yes, that's what I was gonna do, but I was asking for recommendations.
Okay. So this is what the court is going to do. I'm going to recall this, and I understand with defense attorneys, because I was there. You think you have more time than you do, and you look up, oh my gosh, the brief is due. You know that when you ask for a 45-day reset to get your brief together, that 45 days passes by so quickly. You're just so excited that it was approved.
I know that's.
You know, it takes you a couple of days to think about it. Then you look up, it's gone.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do, we're going to come back here. Norma, can we come back on June 23rd? No, today is Tuesday. I'm sorry, June 24th. And we come back here, and what we'll be coming back for is an update on where you are with following your sanity evaluation and how much time that person is telling you they'll need.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. All right, is there anything else?
nothing from the state. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Yes, and they're gonna get their own expert, but you can put it in the systems as motions. Mhm. Who's here? Simon Garza? Simon Garza.
They stepped out, Judge.
All right. Who is here on? Jason Moore, are you all ready?
We just need about 3 to 5 minutes, Judge.
Okay. All right, just approach when you all are ready.
Thank you, Judge.
Who is here on Jesus Zamaripa?
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing okay. So, Mr. Zamaripa, you need to make sure that you're on time.
Oh, yes.
Right, because if you're not on time, warrant could be issued for your arrest, and then you'll be hearing your case from in custody. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So why were you late today?
Oh, because I was in the room, I was talking to him, my lawyer, we were discussing.
All right. You need to be in the courtroom at 9 a.m., okay?
My apologies to you.
All right. So today is plea deadline date.
Yes, Your Honor, there has been a change in some circumstances regarding the plea that we had previously received. There was a recently indicted new felony as of late last week. The state has modified their offers to include that new case. Problem is that I have not had the opportunity, because it was recently indicted, to receive the new discovery in that case.
and review it to discuss it in full detail with Mr. Zamaripa. If possible, if we could receive a new plea deadline so that we can include all cases for potential resolution.
Specifically indicted May 29th of this year.
The indictment is not.
Okay. How much time are you requesting?
30 days if possible.
All right, Norma, on this case, will you put it the second week in January? The week of, I'm sorry, not January, July.
I was like,
You were like, yeah,
yeah.
July, the week of the 7th. And that's their final plea deadline date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, July 10th. And you need to make sure you're here on hot time. And Norma, that's going to be for that case and also for the new case, which is 2025 CR 006532. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
I'm so sorry, I stepped out. I heard you call this.
Sure,
But whenever
yes,
you're
I'll
ready.
be in you. Let me just put this in the system.
Okay.
All right, thank you. All right, John Anthony Martinez.
Understood.
Morning, Your Honor. May I approach?
Oh, yes,
Thank you, kindly.
sure. Hello.
Come on.
Let me see. It's not pulling this case up. Let me try. Another. Let's see. I think it's 4. Okay. Ah, there it is. All right, so today's plea deadline date.
Your Honor, we were just tendered a plea offer this morning. I'm appearing on behalf of Leo Gonzalez. He's the attorney of record for Mr. Martinez. We were tendered, like I said, I conferred with the state. We were tendered a plea offer this morning. My client needs, I need time to relay it, and my client needs time to consider it, Your Honor.
All right,
you,
this is going to be recalled for June 5th.
June 5th. So this date, Your Honor,
That's Thursday.
Thursday.
Mhm.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Once you sign the reset form and no gum chewing at the bench, okay?
Okay.
All right, so
Morris.
when you come back on June 5th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer because
Yeah.
this case has been going on for a while,
Yeah.
okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
You know, let's take it. So, it's the reset form. Okay. That was just Your Honor, so it's nice. Your Honor, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's always good seeing you.
Well said. This one, I think they have to. Yes.
Are you okay?
Putting things on the floor,
Oh my gosh, I'm like, don't scare us like that. All right, who's here on John Anthony Oh, I just did that. Who's here on Simon Garza? Sure.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, right?
Yes.
Oh, I got backup.
Hello. All right, is this also family violence or?
No, Judge, this is
Manslaughter.
the
Okay.
case. This is our first discovery setting, Judge. We are having some issues that are a little strange. We do have all of the photos, videos, I believe. We have 0 PDF paper documents. And the state is telling me they are uploaded, but when we pull up by the JN, it tells us there's no case. So we need to bring in a flash drive to get that from him.
Okay.
We have reviewed some of that here in court, so we've looked at some of it, but there's still a lot more we need to go through. We did file a bond motion, Judge. We are set for Thursday, but we're prepared to have a very, very short hearing if you are.
Well, it's the state.
Judge, I'll be fine with going forward today if you like.
All right, so just 1 second, Miss Ferguson. I need a 30-day reset for discovery. It's on Simon Garza. No, let's do it the following week because people are probably going to be on their vacations or whatever. All right, July 10th.
Remove the Thursday case.
Yes.
Thank you, Noma.
All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 004-128 State versus Simon Alexander Garza. Can I have parties announced?
Jason, go ahead for the state, Your Honor.
Marissa Javico, Clarissa Pratt for Mr. Garza.
And are you Mr. Garza?
Yes.
All right, defense has filed a motion for a bond reduction. The bond is currently set at $150,000. They're asking that the bond be reduced to $50,000. Is there an agreement?
No, there's not.
All right, defense, you may present whatever evidence you wish to present to the court.
Thank you, Judge. I'd just like to call my client Simon Garza.
All right, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Simon Alexander Garza.
All right, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Simon, how old are you?
I'm 21.
Can you tell the judge a little bit about where you're at in your life at?
I just finished a clinical medical assistant program. I'm a certified medical assistant now. I was going to start my job the day after I had gotten arrested. I was also preparing to study for the EKG exam. My family's here in San Antonio. I have a fiance. I've just recently been engaged, and I'm seeking to marry her soon.
Are you from San Antonio?
Yes.
And you mentioned you had gotten a job. Where was your job?
Texas San Antonio Orthopedic Group.
Rested spontaneously, or did you turn yourself in?
I received a call and I went willingly.
So you turned yourself in?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever been arrested before?
No, never.
Okay. And the incident that you were arrested on, when do you know when they're alleging it took place?
I believe October 13th of 2023.
2023?
Yeah.
So it's been approximately almost 2 years, what, a year and a half?
Yeah,
Okay. Have you been arrested since this incident?
I have not.
Okay. And were you arrested or told that charges were coming on the day of the scene, or the day of the incident?
I was not.
Did you have a driver's license on that day?
Yes,
Do you still have your driver's license?
yes,
Do you drink alcohol?
I don't,
Do you do any drugs?
I don't,
Do you have any kids?
I don't.
Okay. What family do you have here?
I have, my mother, all my siblings, my father's passed away. I have all of my uncles and cousins as well.
And, your fiance lives here?
Yes, my fiance and her family as well,
Okay. And if you were to get out, where would you live?
with my mother.
Okay. Is your fiance living with your mother too, or just?
She's living with her mother.
Okay. And do you know if you still have your job at the,
I was told that, I'm able to reapply and, work as
Okay.
soon as I'm available.
okay. The current bond is set at 150,000. Are you able to make that bond?
I'm not.
Have you and your family tried to make that bond?
We, we've attempted,
Okay. You called bond company?
yes,
Okay. Do you own a home?
I don't,
Okay, does your fiance own a home?
she does not,
Do you have any vehicles or any other property that you could sell?
I don't.
If the judge were to reduce the bond to $50,000, do you think that you would be able to make that bond?
I think that'd be, yeah, I'd be able to make that.
I'll pass the witness.
Yes, sir. You stated that you had not been arrested or anything since this incident happened. On October 31st, 2023, were you pulled over for speeding 86 miles an hour in the 70?
I believe.
Yeah, I'm not objecting, it goes beyond the scope. A speeding ticket is not an arrest.
No, that objection will be overruled. I understand what you're saying, that it's not arrest, though.
And I'm just asking if he was stopped for that, not whether he's convicted or not. So at that time you had a vehicle, is that correct?
It was not my one.
Because I'm assuming that just the vehicle that you were driving on October 13th, 2023 was totaled in the incident. So after you allegedly have sped just 2 weeks after this actual incident happened, is that correct?
Judge, I'm not objecting, it goes beyond the scope of a bond hearing.
Well, with regards to the speeding. So my understanding of the question, and correct me if I'm wrong, the question is whether or not he was speeding, and that speeding incident is unrelated to the facts of this case. Am I correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
All right, so in considering bond, I have to consider safety of the community. So with regards to his speeding and allegedly, and saying that he was going 83 miles per hour, then the court needs to hear that. So the court will hear that. I don't think it's beyond, and I'm finding that it's not beyond the scope of this. State understands that they're not to get into the facts of this case, but in regards to the speeding, the state is allowed to ask or ascertain that you have the speeding, and then this is alleged to have occurred after the speeding. So that's as far as I'll allow the state to question him about the facts of the case. You may continue.
And Judge, I'll move on. I mean, since I believe I've already presented to the court of the community's safety reasons. Now, you say you have family, probably friends here. Have you gone about trying to borrow any money? Have you gone about having any type of raising money for you to actually make this bond at all?
We have.
And how much have you raised?
Just, I'm not sure the actual.
Okay. And then in this current case, you're aware that you're charged with manslaughter, correct?
Yes.
And you're aware that somebody has died.
Um,
And any other assets, for instance, how do you get around, or before you were arrested, how were you getting around town?
I was taking the bus for a while, and then somebody had offered me a vehicle to use.
And I'm so sorry, could you speak up a little bit so I can hear?
So the judge.
Yeah. I was taking the bus for a while, and then somebody had offered me a vehicle to use.
So currently you have access to vehicles or a vehicle, and you are driving here in Bexar County, Texas. Not currently, obviously, you're in jail, but I mean, I'm saying previous to your arrest.
Previous to my arrest, I did have limited access to it.
No further questions, John.
Just very brief follow-up. Simon, how long have you been in custody?
About a month.
And on the day of the incident, you were still on the scene when police arrived, correct?
Yes,
And in fact, you were assisting with the crash and the victims.
yes, I was.
So you didn't flee the scene. Police had an opportunity to arrest you if they wanted to.
That's right.
Nothing further.
All right. Any further witnesses?
No, Judge, we were just.
Any other evidence, state?
Not for the state.
All right.
We would ask for the court, yeah.
I can make it.
You can
I
stipulate
can,
to-
well, I can stipulate the facts. if you like. Yeah. Would you like me?
Uh,
Or you can.
Judge, just for the record, this was a vehicle accident. The police, they're alleging that a red light was ran and then there was a crash. That is the totality, I believe, of the facts that you need to know if the state, yeah, no alcohol, no drugs. They didn't even do field sobriety as the officer put in his report that he had no suspicions that our client was under the influence. If the state has any discrepancies or anything to add to the facts.
Nothing that, I mean, that's a very general rendition of the facts, obviously, Judge. And it's a red light, allegedly a red light that the defendant had, and that the victim and the occupants in that vehicle were turning left onto a road with a green light. And there is video of it that was shown to defense counsel this morning. And the driver of the vehicle turning the victim was the actual driver, and it was T-boned at that intersection. And again, as defense counsel did present to the court, there was no indication of alcohol use, and DWI officers were on scene.
Just so you have a general awareness of what the charges are, Judge, and then we have nothing to start from it.
All right, I'll hear argument.
Okay. Judge, Mr. Garza is a young kid, but he has no criminal history. He's never been arrested, not even since almost 2 years since the date of the accident. This is exactly that. It is a vehicle accident. He is not a danger to society. He's not a danger to our community. He is a nurse for all intents and purposes. He is hardworking, has family here. He's ties to the community. There's no indication that he will flee. There's no indication that he will not show up for his court dates. And bond is not meant to hold somebody. It is meant to ensure that they will appear. And for that reason, he has also stated that he cannot make this bond. And we are arguing that it should be lowered because there's no reason to hold him at 150,000. It's excessive given the facts. So we're asking for 50,000.
What about the safety of the community? Because the evidence that the court has received is that previously, before this alleged offense, and I'm not taking this offense as true, but both sides have just given me a rendition of what the police report says. But prior, under questioning, he's been stopped for going 83 miles per hour. And I think state said that ended in a crash, or no?
Judge, if you may, if
Yes.
I may, one, the manslaughter case that we have where he's in an accident running a red light, that is on October 13th, 2023. And then what I've got from the accused here is that on October 31st, roughly a couple weeks later or so in 2023, that's when he was not arrested, but ticketed for 83 or 86 miles an hour in a 70-mile-an-hour zone.
Okay, so do you want to address that?
Judge, we will happily agree to no driving, but I mean, people speed every day in our community. That doesn't necessarily mean they're a danger. This was one incident. If we agree to no driving any vehicles, I think there's no danger to society.
All right, state.
State's position obviously is that, I mean, it seems obvious that it is a danger to speed at any point, and especially after you've had a fatality accident or incident where a manslaughter is possible. Roughly 2 weeks later, you're going 86 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone. So the state's position is it is very dangerous, and that the individual has not presented that the fact that he couldn't make $150,000 bond, but that the fact that he has possibly tried, but doesn't even know how much money has been raised or not raised, Judge. That's the state's position. It's just remain at $150,000.
All right, I'll give you the final argument because it's your motion.
Thank you, Judge. Just briefly, the state is saying that this is a seriously dangerous person to our community, yet they waited a year and a half to file this case. If he was such a danger, why wasn't he arrested sooner? There has been no incidents since the date of in 2023 that have caused any concern, and he has not been a concern to the state until now.
Okay.
There is no danger, Judge, and we're asking for 50,000.
All right, so just give me a moment. I'm gonna think about this. Give me like 10 minutes. You're welcome. All right, are you all ready on yours? All right, if y'all can come forward. What is your client's name? It is Moore. All right, yes, I'm Mr. Moore. What have you all come to?
So, Your Honor, that is a dismissal for the misdemeanor cause number.
Okay.
That council will walk down to the appropriate floor space to hand it over.
All right, and what's the cause number?
The cause number is 2025 PF 08342.
He's reading my very good handwriting, Your Honor.
Fine.
All right, so then now you said that he's been accepted into the VTC.
Yes, Your Honor. And if my understanding is correct, this was an original condition of his probation, so we're essentially just asking for that to be continued.
Okay. Probation. Hi. On Mr. Moore's case, they've done a dismissal on the misdemeanor. So they're saying that they're referring him to VTC and he's been accepted into VTC. So you all are withdrawing the motion?
Yes, Judge.
All right, and with regards to the dismissal case, do you all want to no contact with the complainant? Is that necessary?
I can say that we've reached out now 3 times to no avail. Initially, they had notated some cooperativeness with our office, so it would be hard for me not to want to no contact, but in full candor again, and we've told this to defense 3 times now, we've reached out to no avail. So it made it very difficult.
All right, so who is the complainant in the misdemeanor case?
His mother, Your Honor.
Moms love their children. They always love their children. But you all are gonna have to figure out how to have a relationship. If you're gonna have a relationship, that's a positive relationship. Otherwise, you're gonna come back before me and there may be another case. Do you understand?
Yes, I do. Very much.
All right, and you are on deferred adjudication, and I think this is listed as a 3rd degree. So, I'm sorry, no, it's listed as a 2nd degree. So you're looking at potentially 20 years in the prison. You understand? So Veterans Treatment Court is a good program. Make sure that you do everything that's asked of you. And when you graduate, if I'm in town, I will attend your graduation. Notice I said when, not if, okay?
Thank you.
All right, good luck to you and thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
I just want to tell you, Judge, that this morning I did speak offline and he is excited about the program. I'm gonna give him the contact information for Mr. Leaf. And he has assured us that he is going to go forth with the orientation.
All right, don't make sure you don't miss anything. And if for some reason something comes up, which I know it will not, you need to get in touch with probation. If you're having problems contacting them, get in touch with probation. Don't wait till the last minute, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
And again, of course, if there's anything you're having issues with and you feel that other people are not addressing it, you can always come back here, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Yes.
Thank you.
I'll find it, just saying. This all the country. Yes.
Bye-bye. Good luck to you. All right, Ms. Pratt. And Giovinco. All right, if your client could come down.
Which one? Garza.
Mhm.
Garza.
Yes.
We have two here, sorry.
All right. We're back on the record in 2025 CR 004128, State versus Simon Alexander Garza. All right, this is going to be the court's orders with regards to the bond reduction. I am going to grant the motion to reduce the bond. I'm going to reduce the bond to 100,000. And there's to be no driving. Are there any other conditions that are requested from the state?
State be requesting GPS, Your Honor.
All right, there'll be a GPS. I'm gonna ask that the fees be waived. They will be waived as long as he does it through the jail.
Judge, can we request partial so he can find another job?
Are you, do you want tracking or partial?
State will agree with partial.
All right, so there'll be partial for employment. Is there anything else?
No, Your Honor. Do you require an affidavit of most driving?
Yes. All right, thank you. Ms. Ferguson, if you'll give him a reset form, please. Who's here on Alexander Rodriguez?
We are, Judge.
Yes.
We're ready.
All right, so what I'm going to have you all to do, because we're waiting on a verdict. So we're gonna come back on Wednesday, and on Wednesday will be jury selection.
At 9 a.m.?
No. It will be at 1.
At 1.
Mhm.
1 a.m. is a little early, Judge, but we can make it.
I think we can do it.
It's always ready, Judge.
Hey, wasn't that show Night Court?
Yes.
Let's do it. We'll be here at 1 p.m., Judge.
All right, thank you.
Yes, that's fine.
If you all can make sure that the final acknowledgement of discovery has been completed. All right, thank you. What page is Rodriguez on? All right, thank you. All right, who's here on William Barnes?
Yeah, good.
All right, you want a second chair?
Say that again, Judge?
I have a motion for a second chair?
Yes, Judge.
Oh, are they on the wheel?
She's not on the felony wheel though.
So are you appointed?
Yes, I am.
So that's the problem.
Okay.
I mean, is she on the wheel, period?
Hey, I'm on the sorry.
It's in the misdemeanor.
No, no, no.
That's fair.
Speak. No, no, no.
Yes.
Sorry, Your Honor. I'm on the misdemeanor wheel, but I could apply for the felony wheel.
Well, here's the thing. Let's go. So, we will have you all back tomorrow at 1 p.m. We're currently waiting for a verdict.
Okay.
All right, so
1
tomorrow,
p.m.
1 p.m.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
Judge.
you. Thanks for coming out. Yes.
Tomorrow, 1.
He only has 2 cases, correct? And counsel, if you'll check with the state to see what case you all are proceeding on Barnes. And no more files, please.
I think they're gonna proceed on the assault first.
All right, thank you. Just so you'll know. All right, who's here on Melinda Gonzalez? Oops, sorry. And is this an application for deferred?
Yes, Your Honor. It's going to be for the lesser included, Your Honor.
All right. All right, court is calling 2025 CR 003315 State versus Melissa Gonzalez. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Zach Dunn for the state, Your Honor.
David Andre Woodard for Ms. Gonzalez.
And are you Ms. Gonzalez?
Yes, I am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Judge.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Gonzalez, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
No, Your Honor, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense, a class A misdemeanor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
Did you review the admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, I did.
All right, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault causing bodily injury as family violence. That is a class A misdemeanor. The range of punishment is up to a $4,000 fine and up to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
If you have a plea bargain agreement with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent. Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has, Judge.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
She does.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
She is, Judge.
Ms. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, I am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, I am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on the lesser included offense of assault, bodily injury, family violence. They're recommending deferred adjudication. This is run concurrent with 2024 CC 740127. We're taking in consideration 2024 PF 22550, and there's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense is at the plea?
It is, Judge.
State is at the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 1 year and there be no contact with the complainant. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, I did.
Then to the lesser included offense, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offer states 1 and attachments.
No objections, Judge.
All right, and state, have you spoken with the complainant?
Your Honor, the complainant has indicated their lack of cooperativeness with the district attorney's office.
All right, thank you. You may be excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you review the stipulations with your attorney and the waivers?
Yes.
Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
We just asked the court to follow the recommendation, Judge.
All right, so what's going on in your life? Why are you doing this?
I have a problem with alcohol, but I owned up to it, and I did take some classes, some rehab classes, and currently on my second DWI, but I'm learning from my mistakes, and I also was on CPS. And to this day, I can't even see my daughter, because my dad, I can't even be around my dad, so I can't even be around my daughter. CPS case got closed, thank God. I just want to be back with my daughter. I missed her whole kindergarten year, and I just want to be back.
But see, here's the thing, part of being clean and sober, when you're learning from things, you got to own up to your role. It's not like, these were not mistakes, these were choices. I have yet to meet somebody who said, you know what, my intention is to go out and drink and get intoxicated. Nobody ever says that, because nobody ever thinks they're going to pick up a DWI. But it happens because people don't plan. But people do make choices to drink, right? And then this whole thing with your father, you should probably be grateful that there was somebody there to take your daughter in. Because if it wasn't for your father, then your daughter probably would have been taken in by a complete stranger. And I used to do CPS cases, and you know what ends up happening? That family is supposed to be there. The foster family is supposed to foster your child until you're back on your feet. But usually what ends up happening is the foster family falls in love with the child, right? And they want to keep the child. And then based upon your actions and what you've been doing, your parental rights could have easily been terminated, and your child would have been adopted by complete strangers because they love small, young children, right? So instead of saying it's your father's fault, that's what you make it sound like it's your father's fault. You can't see your child. It's not, it's yours. Yeah. And I will tell you right now, until you get your life in order, yeah, your father needs to protect your daughter. Maybe if you get your life together and show your father that you're doing better, that you're not drinking, that you're maintaining your sobriety, maybe I'll consider lifting the no contact order, and maybe he'll consider allowing you to see your daughter. But right now, you got to get yourself together. So you only have the one child?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Are you employed?
I am.
What do you do?
I'm a cook at Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay. See, people come and they say they cook. Then my question is, what is your specialty there? What are you cooking? I've never been to Twin Peaks.
We have all kinds of things, steak, shrimp, salmon, pizzas, wings.
If I were to go there, what is something that I should just say, hey, this is what I'm ordering?
Depends on what you like. I mean, me personally, I would go for a steak.
All right. So I'm gonna have to go to Twin Peaks and order steak. And if it's not any good.
On me.
All right. If it's not good, I'm gonna be like, hey, Melinda Gonzalez told me to order this. I was gonna do the shrimp, but okay.
Or the shrimp and chicken is good.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna try it. I'm always interested in when people say they work at different restaurants, what I should try. All right. So where you are today, not gonna where you're gonna end up. We're all on a journey to improve ourselves, right? So you still have a chance to be in your daughter's life, but you're gonna have to do your part, okay?
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
All right. It's gonna be 1 year deferred adjudication. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Off the record for a moment. And to your note, she doesn't have to come back if you all have done everything. All right, back on the record. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Regular random UAs. Proof of employment within 30 days. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. There's to be no contact with the complainant. That's Rudy Gonzalez. This is run concurrent with 2024 CC 740127, taking consideration 2024 PF 22550. There's going to be 80 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes. Once you completed those, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied. Field visits 1 time per month for 2 months, And then do a TAP evaluation out of custody. Follow recommendations. Are you doing any sober support meetings?
Sober support? Yes, my family,
All right, how often do you do them?
every day.
All right, so we're gonna do 60 sober meetings in 60 days. Probation, is there anything else? Is there anything else you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, I did.
Because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because there's an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. I want everyone to be successful on probation. If there's an issue, let your probation officer know about it. If you feel they're not addressing it, you can always come back to court and address it with me, all right?
Thank you so much.
All right, good luck to you. I'm gonna try that steak.
Thank you.
All right,
Have a
bye-bye.
good day.
Thank you. I'm sorry?
Friday evening or Saturday?
Oh, Friday or Saturday?
Best time to go.
All right, no, I'm not gonna try. Miss Gonzalez, what is the best time to go? They're telling me Friday or Saturday.
Oh, the weekend is horrible.
Yeah, don't. Okay, thank you.
The weekend.
All right, thank you. People are like, how does Zach know?
I'm a fun guy, you know, they call me Zach, fun guy, family violence stuff. Yeah.
I knew you guys were setting me up with the weekend. You know, I know there's one right near Papados. Yes. All right, who's here on Lisa Telsey? Hi. Lisa. See, I'm just.
I think we have a resolution. Get Ms. Testing on the right.
I keep trying to put her on the right track. She doesn't want to go on the track.
She wants to now.
I'm like, here's the path. I always give people two choices. I'm like, here's the path to prison. Here's the path to improving your life. And people sometimes just choose prison. We're not on the record. Why are you choosing prison?
Your Honor, I'm trying to get a job and get on my feet, get a space to live. I even started parenting classes in prison, in jail.
But see, I mean, you keep doing these things and coming before me. And what do I always tell people? If you have an issue, you can come back to the court. We can try to figure out what's going on. And I always tell people, stop hanging your life, or what do they say? Hanging somebody on the stars and moon. You're thinking like this one person is going to be the person to change your life. And I really need this person in my life. And we're doing great when all, you know what we need to do? When you find chaos in your life, you need to calm down and you need to work on self before you try to get in a relationship. Because usually when you're in your own turmoil and chaos with criminal cases, you know what ends up happening? You attract people who have chaos in their life as well. And usually that person is not a good person. So what are you guys talking about?
Go ahead. On the new charge, Judge, she's going to enter a plea. It's going to be a 1244. On the case she's on probation for, I think we're gonna agree to inpatient treatment. I believe it was with ISF.
Mhm.
I think primarily to get her the coping skill that she needs to make the right decisions, because it's clear she hasn't been making the right decisions. That's probably why you know her on a first name basis, because she's been.
I mean, I know her because I remember the first time she came in. Then I remember the next time she came in, she was wearing yellow because she was pregnant. And then I remember the next time she came in, we were doing updates. Everything was going fine. I knew she was gonna slide or fall off the rails because she ended up with somebody, and I was like, this is not gonna work out. Usually, again, sometimes you meet a guy, that guy is fantastic. It's like out of a Hallmark movie. You know, but the Hallmark movies, what ends up happening, some lady is stranded on the side of the road and some guy picks her up. And it turns out that he owns a company in the town. He's a millionaire. One time, my mom and I were watching a Hallmark channel, and the lady ends up marrying this millionaire. And guess what ends up happening? He ends up dying. We're like, this is supposed to be a Hallmark movie. And you know what ends up happening? She meets another millionaire. They end up getting married. So I knew that with the guy you had chosen, yours was going to turn into a Lifetime movie as opposed to a Hallmark movie. You got to get yourself together. So probation, this is what you all want to do? Give her another chance? We don't know. Are we sure about this? Let me ask you, are you available to come back this afternoon by Zoom?
Possibly can, Judge.
All right, can you do it by Zoom? Because this is something I'm gonna have to think about, okay? It appears that you all have an agreement on the 1244, so I'll look at that.
Okay.
And then the probation thing, I just really need time to step back and look at things, okay?
And just so you know, Judge, I've dealt with Ms. Tesley multiple times, and she just seemed like a different person this morning from when I'm usually dealing with, because usually she is kind of bucking any type of treatment. Because the state did give her two options, either prison or treatment. And I told her she would likely do more time in treatment than she would possibly in prison. And she said, no, I would prefer the treatment.
All right. So, and the other reason why I'm going to call you back, because I have a judges meeting that I have to be at. and some important decisions are going to be made. 1:30.
1:30 is fine, Judge. I can do Zoom by 1:30.
All right. So Ms. Ferguson will give you the Zoom link, and then we'll do everything else. Okay. All right, everyone. We're going to be in recess till 1:30. I'm sorry, Mr. Bud Ridnour, are you able to do it by Zoom? Okay. Okay. All right.